All right, welcome to my front tire 26-inch dirt jumper shootout comparison, whatever you want to call it. I already did one on the rears. Some of these tires obviously can be front or rear or both. So I'm just going by what I'm running now. We'll start with a more knobby tire. This is the Kenda Small Block 8. It's a John Tomek signature tire. John Tomek's flipping awesome, amazing rider, but and he's done a lot of work to make some good tires too, the Navigals and stuff like that. This is a really good tire. Veetire company makes a similar one to it. I really don't see a whole lot of difference in the two of them. Except for the V-tire is a little harder to find. I think it might be slightly heavier. This is a knobbier tire, so this is a great tire if you do semi-packed dirt jumps, maybe even a little bit of light trail work, or maybe you ride in a place that has some muddy spots or some greasy spots, but you still want to ride the bike on the pump track, or you still want to ride it in a skate park. These will work okay. When they're new, the rubber's pretty grippy. This one's older and the rubber's actually gotten hard, so this tire's actually coming off here pretty quick. It would still grab fine on dirt, actually maybe even better with the stiffer knobs, but on a pump track it's going to slide like crazy. It just has no grip left in the rubber, even though it's not that worn. So if you're buying these new, probably be okay all around. If you're buying a set of wheels or a bike that's used that has these, make sure the rubber still is soft and grippy if you're going to try to use it on asphalt or in a skate park. There's a Bontrager tire. It's really similar to this, called the 0G, I want to say. I would absolutely recommend that tire above this one, except for it's really hard to find. It grabs like crazy. It rolls faster than this one, but if you can find one online, even, they're about $70 a piece, and they haven't made them in years, so they're kind of hard to find. But if you're looking for a slightly knobby tire, like I said, you might ride some looser dirt more commonly than you would like a pump track or a skate park. This is a really good choice. There's probably others out there you could look at too in the same category, but this is the one I've tried. And then that V-tire and the Bontrager 0G are all real similar, and I've tried all three of them. So that's my input on that tire. Next tire we're going to move to is the Tioga Factory FS100PLus. This is a 26 by 2.25. They do make a factory FS100 and a 26 by 2.3. The difference I've seen so far is the knobs on the 2.25 Plus are a little wider, both in shape but also in the spacing between the knobs. Has a little micro textures on it too, so you're going to get real nice asphalt and cement traction. Plus you get a little bit better dirt traction than the standard FS100. It's definitely not going to work like that one on looser dirt. But if you're on a jump line trail that's real hard packed and has a little bit of looseness to it, should be just fine. These tires are real fast, real smooth. I want to say the maximum PSI is 65. But it's a really well made tire, and the rubber compound grip's really good. So great smooth tire, great fast tire, great everything except for loose dirt or like obviously mud or wetness. Next tire is the Midas Defender. I had this on another bike, but I only rode it in the winter. So I encountered a lot of wet pump tracks and stuff, and it actually grabbed really well. It does have a slight more knob than some of the dirt jump specific tires, but it's still really round, so it rolls onto the side easy. It tracks real nice. It rolls fast, but you still actually have some traction. These aren't easily found necessarily. You can get them on eBay. When you do find them, they're about 35 to 40 bucks. I personally really like this tire, as long as you deal with the kind of grayish blue tread. That really is the color of the tire. I'm pretty happy with it. I have not found one that is not the gray line compound, so I don't know if there actually is one, or if they didn't make it very long or whatever. It's a directional tire, but this is a good one for when the dirt's going to be a little bit loose. Not quite like the knobby, but a little bit, because it does have a deeper tread and a little more space to deal with a loose pack. Like I said, it's not a really popular tire. It's kind of hard to find them, but I don't know, they're a good deal, and they do roll really nice. I haven't worn one out, so I don't know how much it takes time-wise or abuse-wise to actually wear them out. But the ones I did have before seem to hold up real well. So it's an option, but this is what it looks like, and I'll put the weights and the dimensions of all these in the comments. Last tire I have mounted right now is kind of the king of the hill as far as dirt jump tires, the Maxxis DTH. This is a really rare one because it has white lettering instead of standard yellow, because it came stock on a Commensal. But it is a standard DTH. It's a 26 by 2.3, 65 PSI tire. I know I did the rear shootout. I said I don't run a DTH in the rear, and actually the match to this was the reason I don't. It does squirm, at least for me, and when I don't check the air pressure well enough, or I go riding in the winter and it drops, you know, temperature between my garage and being outside. DTH, you find reviews on this tire everywhere. Rolls fast, you know, it doesn't clog up, nice tread. The one thing I have noticed about the DTH has a little bit of squareness to the shoulder, but it's not until you get really far over. So it can affect you if you're way leaned over like in a pump track, or if you're landing on a berm sideways, which isn't real safe anyway. But there is a little bit of a lip, a little bit of squareness right there, which I'm not crazy about. But you know, this tire's done everything. Everybody wrote tell you this tire's the one to go to. I don't disagree with that as a front tire. Maxxis Holy Rollers, kind of the same problem on the front as I had on the rear, is they're floaty. I've had a ton of people have their front wash out, especially on dirt, with a Holy Roller. The closed off blocks and holes tend to not let the gravel escape, so you end up with it rolling on top of the dirt, on top of the pebbles. Not my favorite tire. The K-Rad, Kenda K-Rad, I would say is closer to this one right here, but not as open. It's a decent tire, again, not quite to the knobby. So those are two that you could look at as well, see what you think about where you ride and what kind of situation you ride in. But these are the tires I can vouch for, and they're the ones I'm going to try. I am swapping out that small block actually for another DTH for the front, just because I think it'll pair really well with the intense tire I have on the rear. But again, this is more just what I've experienced riding pump tracks, skate parks, really packed dirt jumps, and then dirt jumps lines that are still being built. And I've ridden wet asphalt, wet cement, and dirt jump lines where there's still some puddles in between the jumps. So again, you know, that's my recommendation. That's what I use. Again, this is more just so you can see what they look like. Maybe you don't know anybody that's ever used these tires, so hopefully it's a helpful video for that reason alone. Anyway, if you like what's been going on this channel, you know, do the whole subscribe and like thing. That would be awesome. I've taken about 6 weeks off of a recovery after broken collarbone, broken rib, and a punctured lung. So my channel has been pretty quiet lately, but there will be a lot more coming up, especially as we're still hit in the middle of summer. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this, and we'll do more videos later.